Hiya folks, this is the Leaving Cert Maths Higher Level Paper 1 for 2024. So question 1. So we just have to solve this equation here. It has a square root on the right hand side, so all we can do is just square both sides. So I'm going to do n minus 3 squared, and when I square this side here, it just removes the square root, so we're just left with 3n plus 1. Square out this, we get n minus 3, n minus 3. Now, whatever way you square out the double brackets, you should get n squared minus 6n plus 9 eventually when you simplify it. So there's different ways of squaring out double brackets. So equals 3n plus 1. If I move everything over to the left hand side, I get n squared minus 9n plus 8 equals 0. And now we have a simple quadratic to solve. So we're going to get two answers. So you can use minus b formula here, the quadratic formula straight away if you want. A is 1, b is minus 9 and c is 8. But I'm just going to factorize it because it should be easy enough to get factors. So n minus 8, n minus 1 will work. So n minus 8 is equal to 0, or n minus 1 is equal to 0. So if n minus 8 is equal to 0, n is equal to 8. And if n minus 1 is equal to 0, well then n is equal to 1. So we've got two answers. It said back up at the top that the n is an element of the natural number. So 1 and 8 are both natural numbers. Second part, it's algebraic fractions. So I'm going to stick the two denominators together. So 2t plus 1 and 12t. So that's my common. On the top then, the 4 is already there, so we're bringing the 4. Now we're going to multiply it. We're going to divide 2t plus 1 into all of the bottom. So that goes in 12t times. And then minus, and then the 7 is already there. And now 12t will go in 2t plus 1 times. So put the 2t plus 1 there. And then we're just multiplying into the bracket, so we get 48t minus 14t minus 7 and we just leave in our denominator, so 2t plus 1 12t, so I get 34t minus 7 on top, and on the bottom 2t plus 1 and 12t. And that's all I think I can really do with it. There's no real way of factorizing from there, so we've given it as a single fraction in terms of t. Right, last part is simultaneous equations. So we have a few different ways of going about this. So the first equation only has an x and a y, the second equation has a y and a w, and then the third one has an x and a w, so you've got different things in each one. So the way I've done this first two equations, and the first two equations both have y's in them. So I'm going to then add x and w in it. So the first one is x plus 2y is equal to 143. The second equation is y plus 3w. I'm just going to write it the other way around, 3w plus y. The only reason is because I want to leave the y's over each other so that they'll cancel out, just to make it look a bit easier looking. And then my step will be, I'm going to multiply the bottom one by minus 2. If I multiply the bottom one by minus 2, it'll make the y's cancel out in there. So the top equation says the same. The bottom equation we get minus 6w minus 2y is equal to 148. So like we wanted, we've 2y and minus 2y in the middle, so they'll cancel out. So then I'm just left with x minus 6w is equal to the two of those added, so that gives us 291. So now and I have another one with just x and w in it as well, the third one up there. So I'm going to stick those two together now. So now I'm going to make the x's cancel out, just because it's easier here in this one to make the x's cancel out. I only have to multiply the top line by minus 4. So if I multiply the top line by minus 4, I get minus 4x plus 24w is equal to minus 1164. And at the bottom one, I'm getting 4x plus 5w is equal to 4, just the same thing as before. The x's cancel out here, so now if I add the two w's together, I get 29w is equal to, and it's minus 1160. So now I just bring across the 29 and divide it in, and I get minus 40 for w. So now it's all about just subbing back in. So I'm going to take the 4x plus 5w is equal to 4. And I know that w is minus 40 now, so 4x plus 5 times minus 40 is equal to 4. So 4x minus 200 is equal to 4. So then 4x is equal to minus 196. So then x is equal to minus 49. And then we just have one thing left to find, and that's this. So we have w and x, so we just need to find out what y is. So I take the take the top equation there, x plus 2y is 143. Now I know that my x is minus 49, so minus 49 plus 2y is equal to 143. So bring the minus 49 across and it becomes plus 49, and we get 192 on that side is equal to 2y. And y we just divide by 2, so we get 96. So we get w is minus 40, y is 96, and x is minus 49. And that's all for question 1.